What school didn't teach you about personal finance? In this video, we will teach you some of the most important rules about personal finance that you have never ever heard about in school. Fast track your wealth and get more life-changing, mindset-shifting, and great content regularly, only here at WealthMatic. Now if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more money content by clicking the icon below. Now here are the top 10 personal finance rules that schools don't teach you. To thrive in society, you'll have to know a lot more about wealth than you'll ever learn in school. All positive stories are built on the foundation on financial planning. Now before we proceed, I'd like to give a quick disclaimer. I may have experience in finance, but I'm not in any way a financial advisor. I only deliver knowledge in a fun, exciting, and informative way. However, if your money is experiencing a serious decline, I highly suggest that you hire a financial advisor to help you with your situation. With that said, let's start with number 10. Save, save, and save. When I was in school, they'll teach you to set aside at least 10% of your earnings. But let's face it, this isn't nearly enough to rely on. A good savings rate for many of us with a monthly income will be between 25% and 40%. We're not arguing that 10% is utterly worthless. In fact, it might be a good place to start if you want to strengthen your savings power and lower your spending and unneeded charges. Rather than purchasing a coffee each and every day, put your money in a high-interest paying bank account instead. Number 9. Credit-related secrets. Many young individuals, shortly after receiving their first credit cards, max them up, resulting in a lifetime of debt in which they are obliged to pay large amounts of interest. And in certain unfortunate situations, this leads to delayed payment, which can have a negative impact on them overall. The significance of credit ratings and keeping a good credit record is something most people are unaware of. However, if colleges and universities give closer attention to teaching students in this area, they will most likely be informed of the techniques. Number 8. The credit score is among the most significant aspects of your economic condition, as it affects your money position as an independent person in most of the cases. With a good credit rating, it's much simpler to purchase a home, obtain a vehicle, receive a bank loan, or even accomplish other goals in life. You could no longer forget the effect of your credit. Everybody has to know about it. Get a credit card, and here are a few suggestions on how to do it. Many people believe that getting a credit card is highly dangerous. However, it is crucial for improving your credit rating. Allow me to give you an illustration. So like several individuals, I have a guy named James, who, despite finishing high school, resisted having a credit card for most of his younger days. Isn't much of a big deal, okay? However, when he began pursuing buying a car, he was unable to obtain a loan since his credit history had not been created. This is how it goes. Financial firms keep track of all your purchases and insert charges when you receive a credit card and use it. Number 7. Learn how to determine your rate of tax as well as how much cash you'll have left over. Fortunately, there are a number of online tools that will take care of the small tasks for you. They'll display you your gross pay, tax due, as well as the amount remaining in your wallet, often known as your paycheck. Keep in mind that the marginal tax rate that will affect your increase. Make it a practice to prepare your own tax returns. There's now a lot of bad advice and misinformation out there. Take precautions to protect your financial wellness. An injury that results in a trip to the hospital when you are lacking insurance for an accident like a cracked knee might cost thousands of dollars. Number 6. Purchasing your first house. If you really want to purchase a home, you will save up to 20% of the overall purchase price as a deposit. If you don't, you'll have to pay mortgage insurance, which might be costly. An increased mortgage may be difficult if you don't learn today. The financial trade-off involving paying extra now and saving up for the 20% reserve may be beneficial. When we examine the fundamental conditions in the United States during the last 10 years, we can see that real estate has increased significantly, while pay rates have stayed constant. As a result, conserving 20% of the living area is quite impractical, as the worth will only rise dramatically over time. The general guideline is that if you can easily save money in less than 5 years, you should go ahead and just do it. If it takes longer though, you'll be pursuing a changing goal as the price goes up. Number 5. A college loan isn't actually absolutely essential. Despite popular belief that student loans and a diploma go synonymously, You don't need to climb to the corporate ladder. In fact, 85% of new graduates worry about their huge school loans and the portion of funding that flows toward repaying it off as soon as they start earning. It is not always necessary to obtain such loans in order to complete your education. Number 4. Crisis funds. You may not have learned about emergency savings in class, but you're in luck because we're here to educate you all about it. What if you were to leave your job tomorrow? Would you have sufficient funds to meet your expenses? The basic guideline is to have 6 months worth of income set up, so the more you can put aside, the healthier. Number 3. Budget fundamentals. Budgeting is a crucial part of life, yet it is rarely discussed in class. Unfortunately, failing to grasp the fundamentals of budgeting while being in university might put you at a handicap immediately after graduation. Everybody has to know how and where to create a lifestyle that is sponsored by earned revenue. Not knowing how to handle bills and make the distinction between wants and needs might go to one end during one struggle after another. This involves knowing how to budget for all payments while yet leaving enough money for needs like food and savings. But let's admit it, as crucial as budgeting is, nobody enjoys keeping track of each and every single dime they spend. Instead, you might use a technique known as strategic budgeting. This requires the creation of long-term plans and strategies. For instance, you may determine what you need each month and construct a plan that includes the requirements and their associated prices for the next 6 months. You may then segregate the money into multiple aspects to ensure you don't go over cost, and you can return to your list to keep on the course on a regular basis. Moving on to number 2, you can also purchase an umbrella insurance, which protects many plans and provides a reduction if purchased from a single insurer. Give it your best shot comparing prices and features before deciding on a firm to cover you with triple taxes. Taxation is a vast subject that is rarely covered in class. If you really want to stay on the correct track, you need to know how they function. Before you receive your first salary or generate any business sales, you need to learn all about it. And lastly, number 1. If you're having trouble paying your insurance payments, what will happen if you wind up at the hospital? You may have to come up with the money for your medical costs, putting other plans on hold. Now it doesn't seem right, does it? So, get a health insurance policy as soon as possible if you don't already have one. Taking care of your body might also save you a bunch of money long term. This includes eating healthy, exercising frequently, and avoiding alcohol and other harmful drugs. You wouldn't want to be regretful, so protect your health right now. And that generally concludes this entire video. Give this a thumbs up if you like it, and if you've not done so by now, make sure to subscribe. And stay connected for frequent money videos, which will then help you develop generously. If you want to elevate your life from the one that you have to the one that you deserve, make sure to click the subscribe button right now. This has been the one and only WealthMatic, and we'll see you on our next video.